Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Math Time with Chris. And now, our host for today's episode, Christopher Wiedemann!
Hello, today guys, we're going to be learning about the butterfly method. So, we're going to be using it for comparisons, we're going to be adding and subtracting fractions, and why sometimes you shouldn't add and subtract them. So, let's get into it here. We have 5/6, and then we have a little box here, and 9/11. Now this is going to be used for comparison. So let's use this here. So you're wondering how we're going to use the butterfly method. Now the butterfly method, it's kind of weird, but you use butterfly wings to wrap around the numbers, and then you would use the antennas. Now if you're wondering what the antennas are going to be used for, you see they're on either line, so we're going to multiply these two. Multiply either one of these. Like, let me do this, let me do this. And we're going to multiply those two, multiply them. And we are going to have 54 up here and 55 over here. Now, if you don't know, now we have 66 under here, right? But we're going to figure out which one is bigger, and it's going to be greater than, but you'll be thinking, like, what's greater than? What is that? Well, greater than is like an arrow. There's greater than, and then we have less than, the other arrow, and then we have equal, and then we have greater than equal to, and then we have less than equal to. And if you don't know what not equal is, it's just an equal sign with cross through it. And that's what not equal means. So we're gonna erase these. So we have the bigger one here, and it's gonna be greater than. Now if you wanted this to be a little bit easier in your mind, think of this arrow being a little shark that wants to come up here, or alligator to come up here and eat and gobble up the bigger number and leave the other one behind. So here we have 54/66. That is the answer for this one here. Let's head on to the next one.
54.
Next we have this. We're now going to be adding and subtracting fractions. So we have 4/5 plus 2/3. So you would be thinking, like, where's the box at? I can't seem to see it. Well, we're not going to be really doing that. This is adding and subtracting fractions with the butterfly method. So we're going to do our butterfly wings. A little fluffy butterfly wings. You know? Oh, whoops. Okay, and then we do the same thing like I showed you on the first one. We multiply these. We have 10. We have 12. If you heard that, that is the dog right now under the table snoring, about to fall asleep. And I just got a dog about a month ago. So yeah, if you're wanting to, sorry about my laugh there. But yeah, that's a dog underneath the table. So sorry about that. So here we have 15. So you'd be thinking, like, well, it's going to be greater than or less than or greater than equal to. Well, no, it's not even that at all. So you see we have this little plus sign here, right? But this moves up. So we're going to be adding these two. So we have 22, 15. Now if you're wondering what these are, this is the numerator up here, and this is the denominator. Numerator, denominator. Remember that in your head, because that will really help you remember which one is on top and which one's on bottom. So we have 22, so we have 15, 22, so we're going to use 1. Then we have 15, 7, 7, and 15. And 1 and 7/15 is the answer for this one. Now, we're going to be doing another one just like this, but this next one's going to be subtraction. So, let's jump into it. So we're going to use the same problem that we just used, the 4/5 plus 2/3. So, here we have 5/5 and 2/3. Now, we're not going to be using addition problem. We're going to be subtracting these two. Now, we still do the butterfly method by multiplying these two. So we have 10 and you have 12. Now, if you're wondering why there's no antennas, you don't have to use the antennas if you don't want to, or if you want to, you can. So, here we have 15. So we're going to we have this little subtraction problem here. We have the subtraction sign. We move it up. We have 12 minus 10, which equals 2. We move this guy over. 15. 2/15 is the answer for this one. Now, I'm going to show you why it's not really, sometimes how goodness. And why sometimes you shouldn't use it for plus or minus. So, we have 6/9 plus 2/3. So, you see here we have this little problem here, right? Now, this is usually how you don't really need to use the butterfly method. You instead find the common denominator. So the common denominator here, we have 3, 6, 9. There's our 9 there. We have 3, but we're going to get onto the 3 one after this one. We're going to go with 9 right now. So we have 9, 6 plus, then we have another 9 over here. So then here we have 3, and it's going to be 6. So then we have here 12 ninths. That's this answer here. And we can reduce this, which will equal up to that. And then we can just go like this, this, and that. And that's the answer for this problem here. Now we're not going to be using this in the next one. It's the same thing. But we're going to use it in a different way. So we're not going to use the 9. This time we're going to use 3. So here we have 3 seconds and plus 3. And now we have 3. And then we have 1. We're right? Am I saying this right? Well, it would be 2 at the top here. So we go over here and we have 4/3. And it's just the same answer. It's 1 and 1/3. It's the same answer. But if you want to, you can use the butterfly method. But if I were you, if you're younger than me, you can use the butterfly method, or you can just find the common denominator if you want to. Either one you want, it's your choice. And that's going to be all for today, folks. And thank you for being here today. And like, subscribe the video, and I'll see you next time. See you later.